Elon Musk is one of the richest men in the world and is in control of some of the biggest corporations in the world, Tesla and SpaceX. Many people have joked that the only way he can keep such a busy schedule and not drop dead from fatigue is due to his superhuman strength. Musk has a way to work around his busy schedule and make every moment productive. Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video will be all about the crazy rules that Elon Musk has set for his employees at all of his establishments. A quick reminder that clicking the like and subscribe button makes YouTube's algorithms go gaga, so click those buttons now. Elon Musk has proven to be a very hard man to please. Musk has set impossible deadlines more than once that have led to the launch dates being postponed. Since he's not the type of boss who just delegates and gives orders, he works alongside his engineers and designers, spending as much as 100 hours at work every week. Musk can be a very demanding boss, and these crazy rules will show you what it's like to work for one of the richest men in the world. Tesla and SpaceX are no doubt part of the most ambitious companies on Earth. Their work ethic, however strange, has helped them make many groundbreaking discoveries in their separate fields. Behind all that success, these companies have been plagued with several safety incidents and are notorious for firing employees who prioritize spending time with their families. Let's take a look at those rules. Don't waste time maintaining tools and equipment. Tesla's given some of his safest cars on the planet. The Tesla Model S received a rating of 5.4 stars from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA. The rating is the highest ever received by any car tested by the NHTSA. One would think that with this high safety rating for their cars, the manufacturing process at Tesla's factories would be even safer. But Elon has a rule that makes it not so safe. The factories where the safest car on the planet comes from have been plagued with several safety incidents. This is because no part of the production lines in Tesla's factory is allowed to shut down for any reason. Since no part of the production line is allowed to go off, there's no time to carry out preventative maintenance schedules on the machinery, tools, and equipment that are being used. Two former employees from Tesla's paint shop have reported that a lack of maintenance has led to no less than 3 fires breaking out in the workshop. In one of those incidents, a lack of maintenance led to a buildup of paint in one of the machines that were being used. Sparks ignited the paint and the machine that turned it into a fiery monster. Crazy, right? Don't use any perfume or cologne. There have been jokes that identified Elon as an alien. This rule makes that claim seem not so far-fetched. Elon Musk is particularly sensitive to odors, so if you're to meet the boss, stay away from any bottle of perfume or cologne. I bet you're wondering if this is true, since just recently, the billionaire launched his brand of aftershave, which is described as an all-new scent. But in a related incident, Elon Musk was visibly disturbed by the smell of burning plastic that vapors from a vat of liquid silicon were emitting. In that encounter, he remarked that the smell was going to kill him. If you find yourself around Elon Musk, make sure you're not wearing any deodorant. No weekends off. Many employees of Elon have lamented that their boss doesn't care if they have a life outside or not. He put his entire team on blast once, his reason being that most of them weren't working on the weekends. I guess if you're working for that second richest man in the world, you aren't meant to have a life of your own. To prove to you that this is no joke or an elaborate story told to paint Tesla's boss in a bad light, Elon launched a program that would allow his employees to live on Tesla's campus so that they could easily increase their working hours to 100. Elon was once overheard asking one of his managers why the workers needed to go home. No large workplace meetings. This is one rule that I wouldn't mind in my workplace. Business meetings are hard to get rid of. While half the world was locked away in their homes, business meetings were being held virtually. Elon has made it clear that he's not a fan of large meetings, so he forbade them. If you find yourself in a meeting you can't make any contributions to, quietly leave the room. Elon wants his employees to avoid large meetings as much as they can, unless they'll be adding value to every single person that's going to be present. His approach to this rule is very simple. If you feel you're not receiving value, you can quietly leave. No acronyms or workplace jargon allowed. Elon sent out a mass email to his employees titled, "Acronyms seriously suck." Acronyms are a big part of business speak, but you can't use them in SpaceX. In the email sent out by Elon, he ordered that the use of acronyms should be suspended immediately, or else he'd take drastic options. His argument hit the nail on the head. He argued that acronyms sometimes contained unnecessary words or looked weird to other employees, leaving them confused. Many employees, not wanting to look dumb, will just sit in ignorance when they come across such acronyms. As time went on, Elon conceded that the use of acronyms was necessary, but even an acronym had to cross his desk and be approved by him before it could be used in SpaceX. Don't attend that meeting if you wouldn't be making any contributions. Elon Musk is not known to have superb business etiquette, but he's very focused on making every process in each of his companies productive. Elon sent another mass email to every employee under his wing, asking them not to attend meetings where they wouldn't be making any contributions. In the mass email, he tells them that he expects them to walk out of a meeting or drop that business call if they're not directly contributing to the meeting. He put their minds at rest that it wasn't rude to do any of those actions. Wasting another person's time is what should be considered rude behavior. Elon might be a hard man to please or a difficult boss to keep up with, but it is evident that he doesn't like meetings. No workplace unions. Tesla has been anti-union for a long time. Elon wouldn't condone any activity that would result in a break from production. Elon has officially taken a neutral position on the topic of unions. Unions are there to stand for the employees. In Elon's companies, there have been complaints from workers who were let go for engaging in efforts that would have led to the creation of a union. This rule is strictly adhered to, and supervisors make sure that the employees are kept in line. If a talk about union is going on among production workers, the supervisors are quick to shut it down. An employee was fired in August 2017, remarked that she was warned by her colleagues to stop asking questions about unions and keep quiet about it, or she'd be fired. Several workers have also complained about similar intimidation tactics used on workers to prevent a union uprising. Don't ask for a raise. Asking for a raise in any of Elon Musk's establishments is equal to getting fired because you would get fired. Did you know that workers at the Fremont Tesla factory make way less money than the average U.S. automotive production worker? Due to the low pay, many Tesla workers have to depend on overtime to make enough money. At Tesla, employees who ask for a pay raise are fired in no time. With the absence of a union and the threat of job security, workers are scared to speak up for themselves. The Tesla Gigafactory in Reno is having a hard time employing people because of the perception that Tesla doesn't pay enough for its employees to afford insurance or live a good life after retirement. Don't talk when the boss is talking. Elon Musk is infamous for his style of speaking, which doesn't feel conversational. Instead of seeing conversation as a two-way process, Elon only wants you to talk when he can learn something from you. He only lets his employees talk when he's learning or when they have a piece of information for him that he needs to know. Once he's gotten what he needs, he shuts down the conversation or changes the topic to something entirely different. His employees have remarked that Elon will ask so many questions if you're speaking to him and the topic of conversation strays. If you're straying from that topic, he interrupts immediately. Like every other man, the second richest man in the world has just 24 hours and he doesn't want to waste it listening or talking about things that don't matter to him. Do not respect the chain of command. I don't know how this rule would not lead to insubordination or anarchy in those establishments. Companies are built on organizational structure where the chain of command is highly revered and respected. The chain of command is what holds the entire organization together. Since Tesla's work ethic is weird, this rule isn't entirely out of place. Tesla employees are always advised to take the shortest route possible to achieve results. Managers and supervisors are always warned that if they're trying to enforce the chain of command, they'll have to look elsewhere for a new job. The reason behind this rule is simple. Following the chain of command means that many great ideas would end up on the desk of some manager or supervisor and not get it to the boss himself. No questions asked. Elon Musk is known to be a very temperamental boss that goes into fits of rage and fires anyone on the spot or in the vicinity. Managers have always warned employees not to ask questions when the boss is around. Don't raise concerns or objectives that will irk the boss. Keep to yourself and only talk when the boss asks you to talk. Elon rules his establishments like a dictator. If any employee questions a directive from Elon, they'll either find themselves fired, demoted, or reassigned. If you're tagged as a skeptic or think too much about directives, you'll be exempted from meetings. A former executive who worked directly with Elon Musk remarked that he always went to work wondering if that day would be his last. Elon Musk sure has a lot of rules that his employees have to follow.